In this tutorial, we're going to take our clip art scene and move it into Flash. So let's take a look real quick at our scene again. Of course, we have some graphics that are just simple groups in Illustrator, and we have some which are symbols. So the symbols, I do want to point out one thing about symbols, which is really powerful about symbols. You'll see that, of course, these symbols are here in our library. If you double click on a symbol, you can actually go inside that symbol and edit it, and it grays out the rest of the background. And this happens in Flash as well. Double click outside the symbol and you're back on the main level. The cool thing about symbols is if you edit one of those symbols, such as this one, I'm going to edit. Oh, I'll just make it a little green there. So now it's a green ghost. You'll see that all the other symbols, of course, change. I can undo that with Control Z. It goes back to white. So symbols is really powerful. Now, to move graphics from Illustrator into Flash, you have two different ways of doing it, basically. You can copy and paste, or you can import. To copy and paste, all you have to do is select something from Illustrator, go over to Flash, and paste it. Now, one of the things I have done in Flash here is I have made some guides in Flash, and that's something that I would definitely like you to do with your file. You've done that in a tutorial before, so you can make sure that you get your guides right on the edge, and that's really kind of important before you start bringing in files. But I'm going to go ahead and paste this, and it comes up with the paste preferences, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Illustrator import preferences, and you'll notice that it's brought in that file as a group. If I go to properties, you'll even see that it says groups. So from Illustrator 4 to Flash CS4, you can copy and paste groups, and they come in just like they are. Between Illustrator CS3 and Flash CS3 or Flash CS4, you might not have them come in as groups, which really makes a big difference now between the versions. Now, if something is a symbol, you can copy and paste that symbol across as well. So I'm going to paste that symbol, click OK, and you'll notice that if I go to the library, it now has a new folder, and it shows that that particular symbol has been copied over. Now, it can be kind of a pain for it to create these extra folders, so I sometimes move out these files and then get rid of those folders so that I have just the symbol, and that's just a way to clean up your files. I'm going to go ahead and delete both of those items. And instead of copying and pasting, this time I'm going to try and import everything. So I'm going to make sure that I save this file, save as, and it is in my under H drive, so there it is, clip art scene sample. I'm going to go to Flash Import, and I'm going to import that particular file. So there's my Illustrator clip art scene sample AI file. And you'll notice that it will actually try and come in with all these symbols and groups and everything else. This is a symbol, the ghost. Ghost 1 is a symbol. I've got a group here, and you'll see that I can actually select a group and turn it into a symbol if I want, like this one. That will be a bat. This is a group which is the witch, and I can create a symbol out of her if I want to. And here's my little trick-or-treat guy. So maybe I'll name it Tricker instead. And let's see, and there's my background. So I don't really have to make a symbol of everything, but it's really powerful what you can do when you import this stuff. Now, you could choose other settings, but be aware that you don't really want to do that unless it's for special needs. And you'll see that you can set the stage to the same size as your Illustrator artboard if it is a different size file, but of course, since we made ours at 550 by 400, we're good to go. Now we click OK, and it imports our our Illustrator file into Flash, and you'll see that it's imported all of our symbols. So I like the idea of actually pulling these things out of here, cleaning up my file a little bit, getting rid of the folders, and then I would probably rename these because it didn't do a very good job of doing that. So that's a good reason not to do it. And then save your work in that same folder. So it's on the H drive, clip art. So here's my scene, and the last